Hi Collective, how's it going? It is, I feel like really low with this, without that pillow. It is 5:06 p.m. March 4th, Saturday, hopefully all is well. Saturday, situation day as I call it, situation day. So this message is regarding soul ties. So I've been guided to speak on soul ties. Siren, it's alarming, it's necessary. Hopefully all is well with whomever that is for, right? It is necessary. Let me write the time. 5:06 it began. So the change in ties and how we love or comprehend love, right? Or the likeliness of an individual and even self, right? So regarding soul ties, and a lot takes part, and this is only but some, right? So the gains and the drains. And also I want to say gains versus drains, knowing that, comprehending that. So gains, where you're going to know in any relationship, there's an equal exchange, right? Versus being drained. So equal exchange being uplifted within the exchange, right? Just like you're going to uplift another, and they're going to uplift you fairly, right? Or equivalent to, right? In another form, but equivalent. And then, and as far as the draining goes, that's only a one-sided, it's only transfer. Individuals just like a transfer. So what's coming to mind, thank you Spirit, is that, what's that song? Someone to be used and someone to be abused, someone, what is that song? I'm gonna have to post it. Okay, I can see the artist, but I just can't make out the words clearly. Someone to be used, someone to be abused. Okay, I'll get that. I'll link it in the description, okay? So everyone wants something, right? Or needs something, or wants to do something, right? That's the energy that's coming through, and it's what's accepted. Sometimes it's accepted, right? Yeah. Sometimes it's accepted because some individuals just don't. It's not that they don't know their worth. That's all they ever received. It's not that they don't know their worth. Everyone knows a worth, but it's what individuals are able to receive, what others have been giving them, right? That's facts there. And also, I'm going to be touching topics on. Let me not get diverted. Let me stay focused here. So regarding the drain causes. So there's just one-sided, right? It's toxic. There's these energy seekers that just want take, right? They only want to take. They only have their hands open to receive, only not open to give out, right? To exchange or share, right? Not that. Those are one-sided energies, draining energies that are only willing to accept, right? And then there's honorable, genuine individuals that have been surrounded by energy seekers, right? Good-hearted individuals, good energy individuals. I'm mean, like from child up, that have been being drained, majority, right? And the majority. So when they do interact with others, when others interact with their energy, they're like, oh, why are they so draining? Well, these individuals been around energy seekers and they've been being drained. So it's like they're being filled by those that are actually like them, right? Part of their spirit tribe, right? Energy wise, right? And a lot of times individuals be like, oh, I'm trying to stay away from that person. But there's two types of individuals. Those that only want to take, that are drainers, or those that are being drained, like draining an individual because they have been drained, right? They weren't able to receive fairly. So knowing the difference of the two, similar, although they're different, okay? Also, there's that, that's that greed. The upper hand individuals, the upper hand, the greedy drainers. The upper hand they feel entitled, like this is how it needs to be. I deserve this, I deserve that. Like I'm seeing an individual is like using like their beauty or their family or their family's name. Like I deserve this, I deserve that. Like even my words are coming out different. Maybe they have an accent or something. Someone in particular, like that's just how spirit's coming through. Like they deserve and they feel entitled. Okay, thank you, Spirit. That's interesting. But knowing that, so what's coming to mind is knowing that it could go into any culture. That's what's coming to mind. It could be of any culture. It doesn't specifically have to be someone like with an accent, although that's what Spirit is sharing with me. Okay, and ever interacted with the individual, you inwardly asked, why are they experiencing difficulties in their lives, or why, why they struggle, or why are they complaining, or why this, why that, when everything is so easy, everything is available, and this and that, right? Well, there's more to it, you know. And so it's like, why do they seem so drained or draining, right? Just a lot of individuals will say that, yet they haven't really even been involved enough, involved at periods coming through, not even involved period, to even know why or how could that be. Okay, so getting in tune or involved to even know these type of individuals, right? To know the stem of it, right? And to determine the truth of the matter. Thank you, Spirit. And then, so it says like, well, how would you feel, right? Well, how would you feel? Spirit was like saying, well, how would you feel if you were being drained and taken advantage from like child up? Like, how would you feel? And then like put yourself in their shoes, in other words, right? Put yourself, masculine or feminine, right? Male or female. Put yourself in the individual's shoe. How would you be? How would you, like, would you even have made it out? You know, like, so Spirit saying, like, would you even have survived out? It's 5:12 p.m. Like, would you still have that drive? Sometimes Spirit equips, like, certain individuals more than another because they needed that. Like, Spirit knows, Spirit's aware of what is required for each individually. It's not so much like, oh, they're favored over the next. No, Spirit is like, I know what my mind's needs, right? I know what they need because I know what they're going to be impacted by. Okay, so mindfulness is key because Spirit's going to know all. And let me see, because Spirit's directing me here. So, where are you? Okay, yes, thanks, Spirit. So there's financial gains and drains. So that's the fairness and the energy, the business, right? There's the fairness. There's the what is that? Why is that coming? Equalism. So yeah. So what is equal? What is fair? Regardless, right? Like even the taxpayers, like we're paying tax, we know we're investing in that sense to the public at that, right? The taxpayers, right? So whichever country you're paying taxes in, you're investing in that country, right? So you're taking part, you're a partaker. You're investing to build that country. Like no one should be complaining like, oh, this and that. Like you're partaking in that, right? And any country. So Spirit wants me to speak on words versus actions. So everyone has their word. They go by a word. Like, you know that saying, like, don't talk about it, be about it. Like some individuals like, oh, this individual like all talk. They just talk of what this or what that, right? And then there's like this individual takes action. And that's fine and dandy. And both are fine and dandy. Don't get it twisted. It's good to have the words. It's good to have the action. It's good to have them both, right? But at the same time, there's the manipulators. There's the narcissists out there that know, well, if I get this certain position, then I'll have access to gain this control. Excuse me. Thank you, Spirit. That's clearing that out. And that needs to be spoken on because those narcissists even they're like, oh, I do this, I do that. Yet they're doing it in a manipulative energy, right? To have this access, to have a control, and a male or female, right? There's two of those kind of individuals out there. And so it's words versus action versus energy is what Spirit wants to say. Now, knowing the energy, okay, thank you, Spirit, because it's all take part, not just words, not just action, but also the energy of it. So how are they taking action and how are you feeling within that exchange, okay? And are you being built up or drained to be built up, knowing the difference, right? Okay, because there's also attraction versus distractions. Attractions versus distractions. So attraction meaning it's a gravitation of natural, right? So strong desires at times questionable even. At times for some, it's even questionable. For others, sometimes it's even fearful, like, oh, this is just not right. This is like, I'm hearing like some heebie-jeebie shit. Like some individuals think some other individuals are doing like spell work. And that may be the case for some, although you're going to have to fast pray and meditate to determine that, right? But that's not always the case. And Spirit wants to highlight that. That's not always the case. There's also, yeah, because there was fault blaming even at times. For some, they even want to fault blame, right? Thank you, Spirit. Some want to fault blame, but there's a natural attraction. So knowing the natural attraction is honorable. That's honorable, and that's worth to look into, right? Versus the distractions. So what is the attraction caused of? Like, was it a car? Was it a financial account? Was it a beauty? And nothing's wrong with that, right? But some use that in a manipulative way, right? Because it could be all a person outer appearance are beautiful, but their spirit isn't, because though, like, meaning they treat others very harshly. And I had to dealt with that in a relationship 10 years ago, you know, like, I'm not gonna get too deep in that, but that was the last time I was in a relationship, you know, like, I had to learn like that too, you know, like, you know. So, and also, thank you, Spirit. And also there's like perfumes and colognes. That's also a distraction. Not always, so don't get it twisted. I have to always say that because I don't want no one to think more than what I'm actually saying. Don't take everything out of context, right? Only take what I'm saying and pray on it, even fast pray and meditate on it, even, you know. So sometimes perfumes are used in a form of manipulation. So there's hidden energies at play, right? And at times hidden scents. So a lot of individuals want to mask what really is going on with them, right? So there's like energies, their scent or their energy. Some use perfumes or cologne to overpower with their actual energies, right? Some of those narcissists, right? And you're gonna know that. So by a certain, thank you, Spirit, by a certain scent, if you're gonna become irritated, and it's not always the case, but at times, if you're gonna become irritated at every time with this particular scent, then you're gonna know, like, hey, it's not intentional until you address it and ask, like, hey, this certain scent, it kind of it bothers me, you know, I noticed after so many times, and would you mind not wearing that? Or, you know what I'm saying, to get like that, to see what will come of it. Now, if the individual can't stop wearing that, and they have so many reasons why, like, because coming to mind is like, you don't accept me for who I am. That's a narcissist behavior trait there. Like, you don't accept me for who I am. Like, you don't accept my sin. You don't accept what I like. No, that's not the case. I accept you. I'm just asking if you can't wear it, if you will not wear that one around me. You know, do you have another sin that you like that you could wear? Like, you know, and see what will come of that. So cologne or perfume, so male or female at that, even, right? So then from there, you could have determined too also what is what, you know what I'm saying? Like, get down to it, to the stem of it, right? Male or female, cologne or perfume, right? Oils, like, I mean, I'm even seeing like oils, like some people rub oils on them, and there's nothing wrong with that. I'm going to emphasize that there's nothing wrong with that, but if there is, it's 518, if it becomes where there's nothing coming of it, right? Like, it's more questions than answers, like or if you're becoming confused around a certain individual or a scent, right? Then questionable, you're having red flags, your intuition's going off, you're being irritated, bothered, knowing why. Okay, thank you, Spirit. Okay, also, and fast pray and meditate also on that, right? And so with children, regarding children. So children and divorces, what happens with that? So, well, have you noticed, for those of you that had, whether you already experienced this for yourself, or you witnessed a friend or one of your sister or brother experience this, right? So you are aware of this, where there's a divorce that occurs and a child sides more with, like, either the father or the mother, right? The child's going to side more with one or the other, right? And even, so what I had wrote down was kids side with one of the parents over the other. So even if the other parent doesn't deserve to be sided with, at that, no one should be sided with, right? It should be fairly, but oftentimes, one parent is doing way more than the other parent, right? Male or female, the mom or the dad. So it's like, we know who deserves to be treated well, because this one is doing all they can, while some parents are lacking or slacking intentionally, right? They're making it difficult for the other because of their own reasons, right? So we know if the child is siding with the mother, for example, and the mother is acting out, it's so much, and the father's doing everything he can, right? Plus more, I'm hearing plus some. And then knowing that's part of that spiritual tie there. These are all spiritual ties and energies, right? And while how some are draining, some are taking, some are being more of, right? So knowing that you are going to have, at times, hold on, Spirit, hold on. So knowing the difference of that parent isn't even, isn't deserving, and it's due to the spirit. Their spirit is more, so I could have a spirit more of my mom or more of my dad, right, for example, and that same applies for others. They're going to side more with their mom or more with their dad. I could be, for example, I could have, I could be siding more with my father, right? Say if I didn't even know my father, say if my father, say if I was adopted, for example, say if I was adopted, and then like, I didn't know my biological parents, but say if I met them and I still would side more with my father versus my mother, even that, because there's a spirit there. There's a spirit there, and it's not always the case, but if you're experiencing like there's these difficulties and you're not really sure of why that is, no, look into this more so, fast, pray and meditate on this information even, right? And see what comes of it. Because like I'm seeing an individual, like a parent, like doing all they can for a child, and then the child is giving the parent a hard time though. And it's like, well, is the mother or the father feeding into the child's ear? Like, what are they saying? What are they teaching them, right? What are they allowing them to be like introducing the kids into, right? What kind of lifestyle, right? Because that takes part. Music, movies, cartoons. Well, it's like friends even, because kids become so tied with friends, right? So that takes part. The music takes part. We come into ties with the music, with videos, right? So knowing that, so what we're feeding ourselves into, or we're allowing that to connect to us spiritually, right? Okay, and so the spirit was like saying there's bonds, there's ties, bonds are ties, right? So with marriage, like a lot of individuals jump a broom. I feel like I'm talking so fast, but I need to get the information out. I'm gonna have to review and see if I actually am. I'm like dishing out. Feel free to pause, rewind, you know. Look, I'm barely at 16 minutes and 32 seconds. Yeah, I'm just getting it out there. Okay, so there's some bonds that are toxic, and there's some bonds that are comforting. They're healing, right? Knowing the difference, like knowing the difference. So like just like the after, like once you take in an individual and all that they say or bring or exchange with you, like does your mind keep going and thinking, and it's like lively, or is it the opposite? Are you going like down a spiral? Like what is it even spirit wants me to bring to the attention, right? Fast, pray, and meditate on it daily. Who, what, when, where, and why do I pray? Yeah, that children energy is like a spirit wants me to go way more on that. Because the youth is showing through in my card. No one measures up. Solutions and a flame, a twin flame. So that's talking about the light even like, that's interesting, spirit. Thank you for bringing this to my attention. So this like a lot of darkness around flames, a lot of darkness around the light, right? Solution is showing through. No one measures up. And then the youth is showing through. Oh, that is a lot. Okay, so let me go over real quick. So with the kids, and I could talk more on this another time. So with kids, like family, mothers and fathers, and divorce. It doesn't even have to be divorce, but that's what Spirit wanted me to point out, touch on that topic, right? And then so the ones that are draining, although it's like not intentionally trying to drain, it's just they've been impacted so long. I see like, for example, like some individuals were in like what is that, a foster home, and they have been impacted like a lot. That's what Spirit's bringing to my attention, and that it's not always the case like in a foster home, but that's what Spirit's bringing to my attention, you know what I'm saying? And so yeah, the strong desires, natural desires versus manipulated desire, right? Knowing the difference, knowing how perfume and cologne can be used, right, in that manipulation, and can be, like I said, and it's not always used for that. And the financial ties, words versus action versus energy, equal exchanges versus the one-sided only exchange. Have you ever tell someone, hey girl, or hey boy, like homeboy, this that's nice, or you know, or where'd you get that? That's cool. Or like, you know, even in a conversation, you don't get feedback. You know what I'm saying? That's where I'm getting at. Like, or even giving a compliment, it's just like, oh, yeah, or you know, something like that. Like that's a one-sided. Some individuals just want and want to hear things or receive things, right? Even words, even energies, right? So and that's a one-sided way, but there's a two-sided way, right? And Spirit also wants me to bring to attention of not everyone wants to give a compliment. I was supposed to speak on that the other day, but Spirit wants me to speak on that is 525. Not everyone wants a compliment, and then also not everyone deserves a compliment, because sometimes when you give a compliment, individual thinks that you're giving a evil eye. So knowing that not everyone even deserves a compliment, But if you see like something's cute, like don't give a compliment really unless you're actually involved. I advise, and that's what I'm doing, because I give compliments out, and a lot of times some individuals don't deserve compliments, and I'm just like, okay, spirit, well, all right, I'm gonna sit back. I'm not gonna compliment that person anymore if I come across them, right? Because they give an evil eye. And you gave them a compliment, like a genuine compliment, right? And I know by experience, right? I experienced that recently. And so, yeah, knowing the energy exchange. All right. That's what I have for y'all. But let's get, I'm going to get, oh, okay. Thank you, Spirit. I'm going to get a sacred self-care 1, 2, 3, 4 real quick. All right. And that's all I'm doing today. Hopefully all is well. Let's see. Ooh, what you got, Spirit? Yeah. Clear your energy field. Yeah, because some individuals, like, Spirit wants me to bring to attention. I didn't talk about it in depth because I could do that another time, but I'll just brush up on it. How individuals get in a relationship intentionally just wanting to limit another individual of their life, of their energy, right, of their like exploration, where they could go, where they could be. Some individuals like limit them, you know what I'm saying, like sabotage them, even because there's like a lot of individuals have much to do on this planet, right? And not that others don't, but others are not willing to do what they should do, right? And we have music. You could be in the music field, music industry, or they could use the music industry as a form of manipulation, right? You see how you see fit, and so that's how that goes. Like you could be going far, doing a lot of like exchanges, a lot of collaborations. Although if you're not for someone in particular, like following your inner like intentions and your goals, your dreams, your desires, then that's a form that you're gonna have to fast pray and meditate, right? Because look what's coming through to clear your energy, because there's a lot like a ties going on. Because I seen someone like earlier jump over a broom, and Spirit wants to bring attention how to put the past behind. So when a marriage, like couples get married, they jump over that broom, right, to clear out the past, right? And I was seeing that, like letting the past be the past and moving forward. And some individuals, thank you, Spirit, are still trying to hold on to another individual, and they may still be trying, even if you get involved with another person. Spend time with friends. It's like to talk on this. So connect with crystals. If you're gravitated to certain jewelry, beads and all that, look into that, like more so, like what is the spiritual meanings of like whatever it is that you're attracted to, right? That you like. Say if you're masculine, you're into certain jewelry that others aren't, or like others that you know aren't into, but yeah, you are there. Like your spirit's aware of why. Even if you're not in the physical world, your spirit is. So look into that, right? Planning vacation. It's like flight energy, like relocating, like transferring out of the past energy, right? And connecting with yourself. Okay, thank you, Spirit. That's what I have there. Hopefully this has helped you. I'm like, so I feel like out of breath. I need to get a drink. All right, take care. Light be up. Nature Wilderness Assistance.